Well, hello everybody. It's another watch along for me this evening. We'll see how it goes, how long it goes on for. But it's a Wales watch along. I thought obviously it's the international break. There's a few of our lads, I think 9 of our boys, first team players are playing in the international break. I thought I'd do a watch along for the Wales game with 3 of our lads playing in this game. There's Darlow in goal. There's Joe Roden at the back and Dan James also. All 3 of them start this evening against Kazakhstan in Cardiff. So just thought I'd do a watch along here. Again, I don't know how long it's going to last, whether I do the whole game or not. I very much doubt it, but we'll wait and see. I just thought, trying something different on the channel just to, keep it ticking over and see what people are tuning into and all this kind of thing. Obviously, you can watch it back as it goes on after the game has finished. Sorry, after the live broadcast is finished, you can go back and have a look at it again. So just thought I'd do a little watch along. Obviously, we see them now doing the Welsh national anthem. Dan James is at the front. Sorba Thomas, that's Cullen, Brooks, Johnson. Again, I'm not too familiar on some of these players. So again, we see Craig Bellamy, but just you'll have to bear with me for for some of it really, because I don't know some of the players. But I just wanted to see how the boys get on. And Darlow starting, then like I said, Rodon and Dan James as well. Obviously Ethan Ampadu probably would be involved, but he's injured, of course. Now we see Rodon, there's Connor Roberts with his tash, Nico Williams, there's Darlow lining up in goal. And Ben Davis. So let's wait and see. I know Mateo Joseph scored for the Spanish under-21s team. Was it yesterday? I think he did. Isaac Schmidt made his debut for Switzerland. So let's wait and see how this game goes. The lineup, the shaking hands. Kazakhstan is the opposition, of course. I don't know any Kazakhstan players, but they're just going to show us the full starting 11. Darlow in goal, Roberts, Rodon, Ben Davis, Nico Williams, Cullen and Sheehan in the middle, Sorba Thomas, Brooks, and Dan James, Armand Dan on the right side, I think, of the 3 behind Brennan Johnson. So we'll see how it goes. But just see how many people join in. If nobody does, I'll probably just probably won't last for too long. This might just see out the first half. Let's see how it goes. But obviously, it's very loosely Leeds United related. Obviously, there might be some Welsh fans if they are Welsh people. Any Welsh people subscribe to the channel. Welcome along. Obviously, this game will mean a lot more to you than it will to me. Really, I'm just watching it to see how our 3 lads get on. The shake hands, we'll just see the Kazakhstan team now. Nick Nack, hi man, hi dude. Hello there to you. Are you a Welsh man or person, or hello to you? Or are you supporting Kazakhstan today? I don't know. I'm not Welsh. No, I've just described. I'm doing this. Obviously, it's a Leeds United fan channel. I'm watching this game and doing a watch along, but just to see how our boys get on. Obviously, we've got Darlow in the goal. There's Rodon at centre back, and there's Dan James, in the forward line. So I just thought I'd do. Obviously, it's the international break. There's not a great deal going on, so I just thought I'd do a little watch along and see how our boys do. So that's my reasoning for it. Obviously, I'm not Welsh at all. You've got some Welsh in you, have you? Yeah, Kazakhstan are not going to do much, are they? Let's be quite honest. The game has kicked off. I don't, you'd as if you were Welsh, you'd be very disappointed if you didn't win this game. It's a home match. Kazakhstan are not, yeah, not very good, are they? Like, let's be completely honest. A lot of people will only know of Kazakhstan because of Borat, of course. But it is obviously it's a nation. It's a fully fledged country. Of course it is. So yeah. Let's see how they get on. Maybe they'll surprise everybody. I think there's Joe on the ball there, sprays it out to the right hand side to Dan James actually, and Wales have it down on the right hand side. Bit of a messy one. Kazakhstan, a little bit of a break here down the left, but the ball has run out of play for a throw in to Wales. We see Joe Rodon on the screen. It's sprayed out to the right hand side. Yeah, like I'm saying, I think some of our boys we've done quite well in the international break. Matteo Joseph got a goal. Like I said, Isaac Schmidt made his debut for Switzerland. Willie Nonto has limped out of Italian under-21 duty. They lost to the Netherlands, a youth side. He didn't play a great deal in that game, and he played the first half, and then he was subbed off. So, yeah, not the best really. But we're just short of 2 minutes into this match. The Kazakhstan goalkeeper, all in white, he has the ball and he's placed it on the 6-yard line. As we see the coach of Kazakhstan, Ali Aliyev. So that's him. Kazakhstan all in blue, Wales all in red. Kazakhstan have it in the defensive areas, just passing it around, getting a feel for the ball. Central defender just passing it amongst themselves. Must be fairly confident at finishing to P2. Does that mean Leeds or does that mean Wales? What do you mean, Nick Knight there? Do you mean Leeds? I mean, yeah. I mean, if you're talking about Leeds, yeah, probably at this point, 8 games to go. Need to get back on form. Had a little bit of a wobble, haven't we? Obviously, over the last few games, but we're doing a bit better. Yeah. I mean, I'd expect us to do so. 8 games to go. I think we should get the win, shouldn't we? Should get it over the line, get into the Premier League. I think the destination is obviously a lot better than the journey is better than the destination a lot of the time. But it's what you want to see, isn't it? Your club winning games of football. Yeah, I think they probably are. We probably are the best team. Yeah, you got to say, best team. Obviously, we do have a tendency to mess up at times, and the pressure is really on Leeds at times. But that's what being a Leeds United player is. You've got to take the weight, take the pressure, and pressure of the badge, and get the job done. And hopefully we will do that. But I don't know who you support. Who do you support, Nick Knight? Are you just like a general football fan? And also, how have you found the watch along here? I'd be very interested to know. There's 2 people watching. Oh, you're Saints. All right, okay. Well, everybody's welcome. Fair enough. Obviously, you guys are destined for the championship. Hopefully, we will not be playing against you next season. And obviously, you beat us in the final, didn't you? There last time. So, did you go to that Wembley game? It was obviously ecstasy for you and your club. Fantastic win in the for you guys in the end. It was a very tight game. Obviously, Adam Armstrong settled it. We didn't turn up that day, obviously, but it's been a real difficult game. Season for Southampton. You go to the odd match here and there. Yeah, fair enough. it's an expensive business, isn't it? Going to football games nowadays. Obviously, people have other things on. There's other things to do other than football, isn't there? So, it's difficult to get the time to do everything, isn't it? So, go all to them games. So, but yeah, Southampton did well. Um, obviously disappointment for me and my team, but looking like this time, obviously we'll probably pass you on the way up to the Premier League, hopefully. And obviously that's no disrespect to Southampton because they're obviously going down out there. Their fate has been completely sealed. There's another person watching. If you want to make yourself known, very welcome to do so. Get in the comments there and yeah, let me know. Let me know what you're doing this Saturday evening. Are you watching the Wales game as I am here? Obviously, I haven't spoken about it for a few minutes now, but the game is obviously still going on. Wales trying to get a little bit of a foothold in it. Kazakhstan seem to have a bit more about them than I probably thought they might. So, yeah, let's wait and see what happens, though, because Kazakhstan have it in the Welsh half. Just playing it around a little bit. A bit slow, to be fair. Down on the left-hand side now with number 11. He checks back up against our man Dan there. So it's come to nothing there, and it's a goal kick hit off the Kazakhstan attacker by Connor Roberts, obviously former Leeds, spent last season, second half of last season on loan with us. Was a substitute, unused sub, wasn't he? I think in that Wembley lost at the end of last year, well, May last year, obviously. Wales come forward just into the Kazakhstan half. Now our man Joe Rodon has the ball, passes it to his centre-back partner. He wanders forward into the Kazakhstan half, just passing it around with Joe Rodon, and then passing it around to the left-hand side. Joe has it again on halfway. Then a little nice ball in. Wales quicken up the pace a little bit. Is Dan going to get there? No, he's not. Kazakhstan has it back. Just on the edge of their penalty area, just passing it about a little bit now. And Wales have it back now, though. Yeah, just a nice little bit of play, getting the ball back. Nico Williams back to number 4. I'm not sure who that is, actually. And is it Sheehan in the middle there? Out now to Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts to Dan James into the penalty area. Still going, this Dan. Oh, he's got a corner kick on the right-hand side, sorry. So, yeah, that's... Kazakhstan, they do seem to be having a little bit more of the ball. Probably a little bit more than I expected them to. Like I said, I'm not sure of the quality of this side, really. Wales are kind of decent nowadays. You kind of expect them to do them here, really, and win the game. But you never know, do you? It's an opening game of a World Cup qualifying campaign. So there's Brooks with the short corner. Well, he's put it along the floor. Now Dan James back in to Brooks, but it's cut out. Oh, there's a bit of tenacious play, Dan. Oh, it's in. 1-0 Wales. It's Dan James. Our man Dan. Our man Dan. Well done, Dan. Well done, Dan. Well done, Dan. Bit of a lucky goal, yeah. It was lucky, Nick Knight, yeah. It was lucky. Yeah, Wales have looked very good since Craig Bellamy took over, definitely. But it was a little bit lucky here. Played down the right side, Brooks, and it all just got a little bit messy. Dan just took a shot, come off the defender and blindsides the goalkeeper. Kazakhstan messing around with it in their own box. He just took a shot. If you don't shoot, you don't score. And he took a shot and he scored. He did. They did, Nick Nat. They made their own problem there. He just took, bought a ticket to the lottery and he won. He got the goal. And so, fair enough. If you don't shoot, you don't score. Our man Dan on the spot, 1-0. DJ, go on. Really had a really good season for our lads. Really, really good is he at the moment, and yeah, good to see him score there. So absolutely fantastic start for Wales. 1-0 up now. Was that about 8 or 9 minutes into the game? Was lucky. Evening to Pele 10. He says Kazakh women are hot. Fair enough. You know, if that's your preference, then that's your preference. Absolutely, no problem. You know, no problem with that if that's your preference, pal. But how are you doing this evening, Pele 10? How are you going? Is it all right there? Kazakhstan made it. Yes, they did. We said about that. I have a question. You do have to question the keeper, Nick. Now, absolutely, you have to question the keeper there. Just what Wales needed. Yeah, early goal, setting them down. Absolutely, that's what they needed. And evening to Michael. Evening, mate. No, it's not actually. I've done a couple. I did one last Sunday for the Sheffield Derby. I only did the first half, and like I've said when I was coming in here, I don't know how long this one will last. Maybe I will only do the first half. I don't know, but you know, we'll have to just wait and see how things go. There are 3 people watching, so you know, absolutely fantastic. Thank you for that. You know, share it about if you want to get as many people on here as possible. But Michael, I did say before, you know, when I came on here this evening that I don't know. Firstly, how long it will go on for. Secondly, I'm doing it because obviously our boys involved. Darlow's in goal, Rodon's at the back, and obviously DJ got the goal there. He's starting on the right hand side of the forward line. So, you know, I just thought with it being an international break, you know, at least get some kind of content going out, and you know, the Welsh game seemed one to pinpoint really. So that was that, and yeah. But yeah, I did one, and I did one for the Coventry game actually as well. I can't remember when that was, where we beat them 2-0 away. I did one. Again, it was only the first half of that game, but you know, it's good. It's something to enjoy. You know, I enjoy describing the. I know I'm not now, but I'm watching it, and I will get into the description of the game. You know, in this time. So yeah, it's fun to do. I don't know if people are watching the you know, the game itself either, but yeah, I mean, Pele 10 asks, where's Aaron? I don't know what he's doing this evening, mate. You know, yeah, he's I have no idea what he's up to, but yeah, I haven't contacted him today. Oh, Mike, you're watching the Israeli match. I did wonder about that game as well, but I just thought 3 of our boys involved here tonight. I thought, well, by pure numbers, that I would watch this game. You know, personally, that game is probably a little bit more of interest to myself, but you know, there's just 1 to 3. You know, made more sense to look at more of our lads and see how they got on. But yeah. Israeli game Estonia seems quite an interesting one. Yeah, he's playing at left back apparently. Yeah. Oh, they're losing 1-0. Is it? Gosh, that's no good, is it? But hopefully Manor has a good game. You know, doesn't pick up any injuries, and that's all that we want, isn't it? Really, at the end of the day, all the boys to come back fit and ready. Obviously, like I said at the top, Willie looking like he's got a little bit of an injury. Picking up yesterday for playing for Italy, so hopefully that's not too serious. But you never know. Pele, having your tea, are you? What you having? What are you having tonight, pal? Oh, the Kazakhstani manager started in January, did he? So this is probably one of his first games, and if not his first game, then Nick Nack. It could be even his first game, couldn't it? Possibly. But yeah, Estonia as well. Estonia, you know, not a bad team. Not a bad team, actually. So, yeah, they're going places, aren't they? Obviously, winning that game. Israel, that's a big game for them. So that is his first competitive match in charge of this this national side, Kazakhstan. So fair enough. Oh, you're playing golf. Are you playing a golf game? bit dark for golf. Maybe Pele 10. I don't know where you are, but over here it's dark. I know you're playing a game. Are you playing a game of golf? Is it on the PlayStation or something? I don't know. Yeah, I think I will, Michael. I think I will. Yeah, more, more of our games. I will do. Obviously, it's just when I'm free, when it's, yeah, obviously it's difficult to do sometimes. I try and watch all the games, but sometimes I'm not in a position to do this sort of thing. So when I am, I think I will. Potentially, hopefully, maybe before the end of the season, I might be able to get one in. But definitely something on the channel that I'm looking to bring forward into next season as well. I think just when I've got the opportunity to jump on and give my thoughts on Leeds, because this is all well and good looking at the Welsh game, but I'm not Welsh. I don't have any meat in this game really, other than looking at how the boys are doing. So it's just one of them really. What the Leeds get, when when you're into the game a little bit more, it's quite something, isn't it? And obviously I get quite animated when I'm watching Leeds, so it might be quite interesting for people to watch, on the other side of the screen. So, yeah, I will do though, Michael. And obviously, people are notified if I guess when, I go live or whatever. But it's something that I've definitely looked into doing a lot more of. And definitely will be looking to do a lot more of in the future. Steak and chips, very nice, Pele. Are you playing it on the iPad? Fair enough. Fair enough. Um, right, okay. No supporters in the stadium, Michael. I don't know, mate. I haven't read anything about that. I think are they playing in Hungary though? They're not playing in Israel. Obviously, there's a lot of issues going on there, isn't there? So, yeah, I think they're playing in Hungary, aren't they? But yeah, Dan James. Some were saying he was looking fatigued. Yeah, he does. I think he does look on it in this game. Actually, Michael, he does. But I think the Welsh boys, they really do play up when it's country, when it's time to play for Wales. They seem well up for it, don't they? So yeah, and they're really improving at Wales. They never used to be anything at all, did they? But they're definitely improving quite rapidly now, and it's good to see. Obviously, we've got a lot of well contingent in our squad. Like I said, obviously Connor Roberts is starting in this game. He finished the season with Leeds, obviously now at promotion rivals Burnley, but yeah, traditionally Leeds have had a lot of Welsh contingent, a lot of Welsh players in the past, haven't we? So um, you're a quarter Welsh, are you, Pele? Fair enough. Do you resonate at all with Wales? Dan James just gone through. Penalty's been waved away by the referee. Looked really good that he stayed down as Dan. That's not looking too good for us, but I know he's back up now and running fully as he should be. But yeah, we see it so many times with Dan James. Just nice little drop of the shoulder into the box, and here he is now again on the ball. He's very much a key man here in this starting opening sort of 20 minutes of this game. Wales playing it around the box nicely, but it's cut out by Kazakhstan. And they're now bringing it forward out their penalty box up into the Welsh half, but giving away straight back to the Welsh. I think probably Nico Williams into it on that left side. And he stops with the ball, passes it around amongst themselves a little bit. Wales down the left-hand side, right on the touchline. Is it Sorba Thomas? Takes on his man, gets the cross in. Dan's at the back post, can't quite get it. But Mr. Connor Roberts will get there instead of him. Yeah, they're playing all right, Wales here. It could possibly be a security thing, Nick. I would have thought so. Looking at Darlow in goal, I can't understand how he gets rave review for Wales, but it isn't given much of an opportunity at Leeds apart from cup matches. I don't understand it. They just love Meslier, don't they, at Leeds? They really, really do. And to be fair, in the cup games that I've seen him play, at that Harrogate game, he looked decent, but he hasn't looked very good, really, Michael. I don't know. But like you said, people have been raving about him for Wales. Craig Bellamy is obviously a massive fan of him for the national side as well. And fair enough, he's an experienced goalkeeper, isn't he? He's an experienced keeper. And, I bet he wouldn't have expected to be playing international football at his age, So obviously it's good for him that he can, find a way to get international football, potentially get into the World Cup, Who knows? That it is a World Cup qualifying game, I think, isn't it? So it wasn't a penalty that, they're just showing the penalty. Bellamy obviously went up for it, hands are, aloft, waving at the referee, but it wasn't a penalty that, it's very soft football nowadays, isn't it? But yeah, looks a pen to you, did it, Nick? That maybe. I suppose he didn't get the ball, did he? But yeah, obviously it was inside the box. I don't know. For me, didn't look a penalty to me, but that's football. That's all about opinions, isn't it? And that's what we're here for, So yeah, it for me, I don't know. It didn't look it really, but Connor Roberts on the ball now, passes back into the defence. Yeah, yeah. Obviously, maybe it could have been. Obviously, I'm not listening to what the commentary is saying because I've got it on. I'm obviously doing this here, so I've got it on mute watching it. So I'm just watching it on the telly, really. So I don't know what the commentary, what the commentary team has said about it there. But Wales just stopped on the ball here. It was a number 4 there for Wales. I'm going to have a look at the team again. Oh, it's Ben Davies. Right, fair enough. Consistently linked with Leeds, isn't he, Ben Davies? Yeah, Bellamy was not happy, was he? Hands above his head, shouting at the referee. Tenacious player, wasn't he? Craig Bellamy, gosh. Really loved a tackle, didn't he? But yeah, Kazakhstan have a throw in just on halfway on the left-hand side. I won't attempt to pronounce any of the Kazakhstan names. I don't think, as we see Aaron Ramsey. Is Aaron Ramsey in the squad? Surely not. Maybe he is. I don't know. Yeah, in my heart of hearts, do I truly believe Leeds will go up? I can't help thinking of this time last season. We were the same sort of position. I think we were top of the league as well, actually, Michael. Ahead of Leicester and Ipswich, we all know what happened. Yeah, I think we will go up, Michael. I think we will go up, mate. I think we will. I think we'll just see it out. We have to, basically. I don't think there's a case of it's win or bust. It's promotion or bust, isn't it, for Fark? He knows it. All the fan base know it. We need to, yeah. We can't afford to not go up this time. If we don't go up, like I said, he goes straight away, and it's a rebuild. There's a lot of, there's a completely new nucleus of the team going. So we have to get it over the line. No disrespect to any of the other sides, but the running that we've got, mate, is favourable, isn't it? It's not. I'm not going to say it's easy because none of the games are easy, particularly away from home, but it's favourable. And if we can't go up in the top 2 after those 8 games against largely mediocre sides even in this division, then I don't think we deserve it, do we? To be brutally honest, it will be very, very close. It will be very close. I don't see Burnley losing another game, so I think what it hinges on in a way, what it might hinge on, Michael, is Burnley and Sheffield United when they play each other. That's a huge game, not only obviously for those guys, but for us, it's it's massive. So if one of them can drop points there, then at the point of who, if we're still in the top 2, it's the other team who's in the top 2 you want to win, isn't it? And then leave third place behind. But we've just got to concentrate. Concentrate. Don't let the bottoms, don't let their asses fall out and keep picking up points. That one last Saturday was okay to me because we came from 2-0 down. It's frustrating not to win the game, but twists and turns will happen as the season goes to its close. Burnley will drop points. So will Sheffield United. We will probably drop you know, some more points as well, before the end of the season. So it's anybody's game at this point. They've just got to hammer home. The home advantage is massive. Ellen Road is massive. You get them 12, you get them 12 points from the home games, hopefully, and then you have to pick up the away form needs to be a little bit better over the last 4 games. Form's been a little bit sketchy, but we're still top of the table, 80 points. Hopefully nobody gets injured or big injuries in this break here. Dan's on form. He's got a goal. That'll do his confidence even more good. So hopefully we can just see it over the line and, yeah. But, Ramsey, he looks ready to play. I don't know how old he is, actually, Nick Nack. He might be about 34, 35, yes. I would have said so. You're in 2 minds, Michael, yeah. Leeds are just ahead of the other 2 teams or just behind them. One or both drop points as well. Leeds can take it. Exactly. They have to play each other. If it's a draw, it's a draw. But we want the team. If we're in the top 2 at the time, we want the other team that are in the top 2 with us to win that game. And Wales are through. Or it's being cut out there by Kazakhstan. I think that was Dan again, was it? No, I think it was Brooks, actually, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Brooks. Just messed it up a little bit, and Kazakhstan are messing around with it at the back a little bit here. But they've got it clear now. Oh, Israel have equalised, have they? An own goal, so that's 1 apiece. How's Manor playing, Michael? Is he doing all right? I suppose left back was left wing back, isn't he? I suppose. Strange position for him to play on the pitch, but I don't know if it was James or if it was Brooks, but it's one of the 2, wasn't it? Just needed a bit more on that kick, didn't he? Really, but Kazakhstan aren't doing too badly. They're having a few, forays into the Welsh half. But yeah, Sorba, was it Sorba Thomas? No, I don't think it was Sorba Thomas. Surely not. I mean, he got put through. It's unforgivable, that, really. It was Brooks, wasn't it? You've got to play him in there. Really, really poor. Really poor. But that's what happens sometimes. Sorba Thomas doesn't look too happy with that pass, does he? Sorba Thomas, how's Sorba Thomas doing he's in France, isn't he, still? Sorba Thomas. Yeah, not many goals. That's crazy, Sorba Thomas. Obviously, Huddersfield. Ironically, they're my home team, Huddersfield. I know a lot of Huddersfield fans, but they were not very happy with Sorba Thomas. Apparently doesn't have the best of attitudes, but I don't know how true that is. But he's on loan in France with Nantes, and coming from the 3rd division to then get a loan move to the top flight. Fair play. He is a classy player, Brooks. Is he given a penalty there? I think he might have given a penalty. Yeah, of course, he was on loan for a bit last season. Might have made the difference for us. I know we were linked as well. I think it's a penalty, isn't it, that he's given here? Again, I've got it on mute, so I can't quite hear, but I think he has given a spot kick. Is it Connor Roberts? Yeah, he's given it. It's a penalty. Yeah. Handball. That's incredibly harsh. His handball. He's just kicked it basically against his arm, Connor Roberts, and the ref's given a penalty. Michael, we an advantage in terms of goal difference, better than the other 2. Lost only 4 matches all season compared to 11 losses last season. Exactly. The other 2 don't lose many. Burnley have only lost two games the whole season, which is incredible, really. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. It's he's playing steady, is he, at left back? Fair enough. It was point blank range, and It probably would have been given in the Prem, but it's incredibly soft, that isn't it? Connor Roberts does, yeah, exactly. Yeah, but it's muscle memory, Michael. Hopefully, might kick in for him again in that similar situation. It is very harsh. That I mean, it is basically point blank range. You know, yeah, I think in the Prem, it probably would have been. Premier League's a joke, though. Anyway, like I said earlier, the journey is better. The journey is better than the destination for Leeds this season, as it is. As you found out, Nick Nike, as a Saints fan, as a Southampton fan, very very miserable season for you guys. Looking like I don't think you'll get the lowest points tally, but you still need 3 points to to not equal that. So let's hope you get on. Get on with it. They went to VAR. They've given it. I think still the rest still point at the spot. But in Europe, they give any penalty. Yeah, they do. So maybe that's what he's going off the referee. So Kazakhstan a real chance here. Yeah, of course it is. How react? Would you go with the Croatian manager next season? I guess he'll probably leave once relegation is, at the end of the season. Or, who do you fancy as the new manager? I expect he won't be there. So, what do you fancy about next season? I expect you'll be up in the higher echelons of the Championship again. Um, yeah, I think he probably will. I don't think he's won a game, has he? It's incredible. Incredibly poor season. It's unfathomable, really. Danny Roll would be a good. Yeah, they wanted him, didn't they? But it was something about the compensation, wasn't it, for Danny Roll? When we're looking for the new manager, he'd be good. He's doing a good job at Wednesday. Anyway, penalty. Darlow nearly saved it. Didn't even go in the net, but it's gone in, and Kazakhstan are level. Really poor penalty, that. Incredibly poor penalty. I think very unlucky was Mr. Darlow. It went in between his legs. Awful penalty, but somehow goes in. Awful penalty. I don't know what everybody's like watching, but a goal that doesn't even hit the net. Yeah, not for me. Just aesthetically, just not very pleasing. He can't really do a great deal, Darlow. He's very unlucky, actually, there. Very unlucky. Yeah, he's very unlucky. Could have gone anywhere once it spun off his legs, but it spins, unfortunately it spins into the net. Well, spins over the line, should I say. Yeah, terrible pen. Unlucky, Carl. Unlucky. Those teams that got promoted to the PL last season were so good in the Championship, yet have struggled so badly as did Sheffield United and Burnley. George, just how do Leeds? It's a real good question, Michael. It really is. I think the squad, seems a bit harsh, but the squad needs a real big overhaul if we get up. I don't think this squad will survive in the Premier League. I don't think the manager will. I mean, you watch me and Aaron, don't you? Most weeks, I think, mate, and you know my thoughts on Mr. Fark. I just don't think he's good enough. I don't think, we'll improve, of course we will. It will be exciting to see it, who we bring in terms of playing staff, in terms of the players we bring in. Will be incredibly interesting to see who we bring in. But, the squad needs improving. And I know Aaron's a big advocate for what he's going to be saying on there when we get if we get promoted is we need Premier League quality players, proven Premier League players. That's what he'll be saying, and you know what I'll be saying? No, we don't. We just need quality players. The likes of Dan James. If you look at the squad that already, Dan can mix it in the Prem, can't he? There's a handful of them that can do it. I reckon Joe probably as well, Mr. Rodon, will probably be able to do it at a pinch. And Purdue, but I think a lot of the playing staff will be turned over, and it seems harsh, but I think it's needed. Yeah, but yeah. And Nick Knight, you say Leeds can survive on home. Yeah, home. Yeah, that's it. Maybe that's it. Home form would keep us up, as it so usually is pivotal with any promoted side. But you just need enough just to get over the line, and maybe one or two wins that you didn't expect against teams that are higher up in the league or things like that. Bank on one or two of them. Home form, odd away win here and there, but you don't need that many points to stay up. Really, if you look at it this season is incredibly poor. To be quite fair, what I think the three teams have already basically been relegated. Leicester and Ipswich on 17 points. Obviously, Southampton right at the bottom on 9. It's not good enough, really, but it just shows you how difficult it is to to bridge the gap once you get into the Premier League. The difficulties on the established PL teams. Who can you realistically finish above? Exactly. Wolves maybe. I don't know. You're relying on one of them to have a poor season, aren't you? But we've seen it a bit now. The promoted sides the next season, they get relegated. It's so difficult to bridge that gap. It really, really is. You remember meeting Laurie McNamee when you were about 10, Pele. I don't know who that is, mate. You're going to have to enlighten me on that one. You watch me and Aaron on Talking Leeds, always difficult to catch you live as you have no set times, although I have no. Yeah, it's again, we try to do a set time every week, but obviously, again, life commitments and everything else, things just, it's hard to commit to a set time every week. Things crop up, all sorts. So it's difficult to set a time, but that's good. You're good to know, Michael, that you try and you catch it up if you miss us live. It's generally a Thursday evening, but it can be the times like obviously can differ. Depending on, like I said, what's on. We do try and set to sort of Thursday evening, but it does differ. When the worst teams beside Wolves and Spurs and Man U have the money they've spent. So, yeah, exactly. You're coming up against teams who have spent a lot of money. And you're going to spend money yourselves, like Southampton must have spent money as well. But, the quality of players they're bringing in just isn't up to scratch on the teams that are already there. So it's incredibly difficult. I think Wales are trying to appeal for a penalty again here, but they're not going to get anything off this referee. Rodon has it now, spraying it out to the right-hand side for Dan James. Yeah, exactly. The key is recruitment. Leeds United need a strong spine, 2 very good goalkeepers, 2 CH defensive, MF and number 10 and 2 strikers all have to be PL ready. I think they'll learn, Michael, from what they did last season. In the last time we're in the Premier League, the recruitment wasn't good. It was a bit scattergun, really. I think they'll do it a little bit more. Yeah, a little bit more measured, a little bit more thought behind it. Really, players need to, like you said, be Premier League ready. We can't buy players that have done it well in another league, and because you don't know how it's going to happen in the Premier League. Koch was okay, but the other 3 you mentioned, obviously Voba's still with us. I imagine he'll be moved on in the summer. It's they're not good enough, really. And I think the recruitment was really, really poor. It didn't work. Players didn't really gel together properly, and they're taking a potential red card here in this game. Wales have got a free kick with David Brooks here, just outside the penalty area. Looks like he's going to curl it in left-footed. The goalkeeper's trying to have a look around the wall. But, I don't know quite what happened there. But finishing 17th as well, it has to be the aim every single time. For the first couple of years, finishing 17th. If you can survive the first season, same aim as the second season, finishing 17th, then you can actually try and build. Frustrating thing this season is it wouldn't have taken a huge amount of points for promoted teams to set. But of course, yeah, exactly. I don't know what Wolves are on. Are they on like 26 or something, 27? Wouldn't have been, it's not that many points, is it? But exactly, they can't buy a win. Yeah, he's off to the monitor. I'm not sure that's a red card. I mean, it was clumsy, but I don't think it's a red. He's probably going to give it if he's gone to the monitor. Oh, Laurie McManee was Southampton manager in the 1780. All right, okay. Didn't know that, Pele. Thank you very much for that. Yeah. Well, Nick Nack here, he's a Southampton fan. It was never a red card. If he gives a red card, referee's already got a blot on his copybook really with that penalty. If he's going to give this as well, he's had a shocker, but it does kind of even it up, if you like, with the penalty going against Wales. This would be a Kazakhstan red card for number 10. Oh, it's a foul on Connor Roberts. Connor Roberts is in the spotlight in this game for sure. Wearing 14 on his back. We keep seeing it. The referee's had enough here. Is he going to give it? Yes, he is. The man's been sent off, I think. Yep, the man's been sent off. I don't really know why. That is a ridiculous decision. Oh, no, he has. Sorry, he's given him a yellow card. So even a yellow card, I don't even think it was a yellow card, to be fair. Number 10, Samaru, I didn't quite catch his name. He's got a kiss mark on his neck. Tattooed on his neck, should I say. But not sure, maybe. Yeah, exactly. When you see him go to the monitor, it's usually the decision is I was jumping the gun a little bit there. I felt sure he was going to give him a red card, but obviously didn't, But yeah, fair play to the ref. Brooks here, over the bar. Yeah, I think Brooks needs to up his game for the second half. But yeah, right idea. Maybe just overhit it. Yeah, but couldn't get quite the bend on it, could he? Victor Order had sole responsibility for recruitment, apart from Rafa, Somerville, Nonto, and Bamford to a certain extent were good signings. But cost of 15 million, JK Douglas were costly signings. Yeah, the thing is, Michael, you never know when they're signing a player, how's he going to come out? And everyone's a gamble, isn't it? Even Rafa was a big gamble as well. Nobody quite knew him. He'd done a little bit in Portugal, and obviously starting to get going in France. But yeah, I remember watching that game, Ren, when he was linked with us, when it was come out that he was on his way to us. He played, didn't he? I think he scored, and then he went on the plane to Leeds and signed for Leeds the next day or something. So yeah, there's been some gems. A lot of them have been poor quality and really not worth the money. Oh, they're in. Oh, the keeper did well. Man, DJ was really on the prowl there for his second goal, but the goalkeeper did well. You say even Rad said he gave Orta too much responsibility. I think the step up with the 49ers is not one person doing sole recruitment. It's more of a team. Yeah, I think you're right there, Michael. I think it's more, like I said, it's more structured and more sort of targeted than it had been with Orta. Orta was just like, let's sign him, let's sign him, let's sign him from all over the place. I mean, JKA was a real mess up once. He's just recently signed for a Polish side, hasn't he? So his career's obviously gone down off a cliff, unfortunately for him. but a real bright prospect when we signed him. Obviously, for whatever reason, just didn't go right for him there. Injuries, wasn't fit enough, was he? So, and then from then on, it's just gone downhill and downhill and downhill. 4 minutes added on here in this game. But yeah, Rads did say gave Orta too much responsibility as well. Yeah, it was a wrong decision. You know, the Premier League recruitment should have been so much more measured and just like hand pick these players properly. You know, they just went with the wrong players, and you do worry with the Red Bull investment whether they might go down the route of Red Bull teams. I don't know. They might do, but they might not do. You know, and there are some decent players in that system as well, but whether it translates or not to the Premier League, I don't know. Um, yeah, maybe it is. I mean, Man United have got so many things wrong over so many years. You know, it's incredible to see how the club is run. People are not happy at all, are they? So, absolutely not. Always more of a gamble if they are new to the league and you are splashing big money. Of course it is. And look at Southampton's recruitment as well. It's very hard to get right, isn't it? It's hard to get right. You go one way, you might sign the best in the championship or whatever, or then you're signing players that are good in other leagues, European leagues or further afield. You know, it's something that, yeah, I think ultimately you need to be working well as a team. It doesn't quite matter about the names on the pitch, about the quality, the money that's spent. As long as the team gels well, you're going to get a decent points tally at the end of it, but it's going to be incredibly hard to breach the Premier League really from a Leeds United point of view. Kazakhstan have a shot. Darlow collects it very, very simply. It was a nice little turn initially. He's never really going to score from there. Didn't really got a decent amount of power on it, to be fair, but yeah, easy. Meat and drink for Darlow, that really. Michael, I can't recall one bad signing the 49ers have done. Even Jed Spence was a good signing, even though his contract was cut short. I believe Schmidt will come good in the long term. Yeah, Schmidt will probably come good in the long term. I know they have given him reassurance that he will be involved with the team going forward. So that's very much one for the future. I can't remember how old he is. I'm going to guess he's probably around 23, 24. Isaac Schmidt, obviously, now a Swiss international, made his debut last night in a 1-1 draw. It was a friendly game with Northern Ireland. But like you said, even Jed Spence, Michael, look at what he's doing this season. A lot of people outraged that Mr. Jed Spence didn't get called up for England in the latest, the latest squad. So that says how good he's been doing. He has been doing well. He's been playing a lot for Spurs. For whatever reason, his contract was cut short last season. But, doesn't make him a bad signing, doesn't make him a bad player. It was probably just the wrong time for him, really, unfortunately for him, because he's clearly a very talented player. And yeah, it just didn't work. Didn't work. Sometimes it happens like this, but like you said, that doesn't mean it was a bad signing on the 49ers part. One thing Fergie always used to do was pick off top players from lower table teams. Yeah, he did. That's what he did. That was what they were so good at doing, wasn't it, Nick Nack? He handpicked the best team, the best players from inside the Premier League. So Man United monopolised the Premier League basically with these signings. It was incredible it was an incredible tactic. It really, really worked for him for so many years, but he was such a good manager as well. You need the man management, all of it together to work. And, not to that level because we're just on about if we go up, staying up. So, but it still needs to work on some kind of level. It's who we let go as well. That was frustrating, like Alcaraz, Perud, Adams, and even Stuart Armstrong. Yeah, exactly. They let go a lot of players, and I don't know how Che Adams is doing in Italy, but I think he's not doing too badly. And Alcaraz, obviously, with Everton, now went to Brazil, didn't he, for a short time. Yeah, look, you need to build these players, young players, some of those guys as well. Well, Alcaraz is, isn't he? You just need to, I don't know, keep hold of the youth players a bit more and just handpick these team. Keep hold of the team that you did get promoted with, and even players that are coming back from loans who didn't do the championship season last year, who have come back in. Just try and hone it. Try and really to have a tight knit group, and they, obviously Southampton hasn't worked. The management didn't work, did it? With Russell Martin and yeah, the Croatian fella. Just like I said, I don't think he's won a game yet, has he? These are players we probably should have kept hold of. Yeah, Adozie. Where did Adozie go to in the end? I can't remember. Brighton and Brentford use algorithms to recruit players, and look how well those teams are doing. It's not just recruitment, but it's also quite quality. Of course, it has to all work together, Michael, doesn't it? And like I said so many times, Mr. Daniel Farke, as nice a bloke as he is, clearly it's not going to work. I can see it from a mile off. And regardless of whether he gets us promoted this time, I just don't think he'll see out the next season if we're to stay up or not. So yeah, it's just one of them. Although he could do incredibly well as well. It's really impossible to say, isn't it? He's doing well for Torino and has played for Scotland in the UEFA Nations League match against Greece. Oh yeah, he's a fully fledged international. He plays quite often, doesn't he, for Greece? They're just doing the halftime analysis now. It's 1-1. It's finished Danny Gabidon and Williams is there as well, isn't he? The former captain, former Swansea City player, Ashley Williams. They're the guests. Well, yeah, this is it. Nobody want the players, and they might be able to keep keep the team together a bit more. And I'm no doubt they'll be up there with the championship. The championship is obviously a slog, isn't it? It's hard. You'll have teams in and around you. You'll have teams vying for those two promotion spots and everything. It's going to be difficult for Southampton again, but they'll be up and around it. Of course, they will. And regardless of whether to keep the players that they've gone down with, players will want to naturally come because they'll be fighting towards the top end. So Kyle Walker Peters, yeah, I'm sure he will be. Obviously, stayed with you while relegation and the season last season. Yeah, I don't think you can begrudge him a move this time round. So, he went to Anderlecht, did he? Right, I see. Fair enough. Fair enough. It's not a bad move, that really. But I'm just gonna take a break, guys, and uh, yeah, go to the toilet. This sort of thing. You guys hang in there. Probably start this. Probably will keep going for a bit longer. So, but I'll just have a few minutes just to sort myself out while they're doing a bit of a thing around the halftime analysis. So yeah, I will catch you in a few minutes. Hello there, everybody. Yeah, it's good to see you guys having a good chat amongst yourselves there. Um, yeah, like Michael says, Danny Rowe, in terms of maybe being the next Southampton manager, would definitely be a good pick for me. Um, yeah, I mean, Martin was just not the man, was he, in the end? Really, was he? So, for Martin just centered on the playing out from the back, and a lot of PL teams pushed up high and exploited that system. They're not a bad team, Southampton. Not a bad team. It just didn't work out. I think. I don't know. I fancied us last year against them really, but they just yeah they just closed us out. And obviously we didn't turn up, and somebody's going to win that match. Somebody had to win it in the end, and yeah, difficult one to take that really, wasn't it? But we move on, and we'll see how this season plays out. Obviously, Southampton, we know will be playing in the yeah in the championship next season, won't they? Obviously, yeah, interesting, Nick Nat, to see what he does do next. Absolutely, yeah, very interested to see what he will do. His next job. Will he go? I don't imagine he'll go Premier League. I mean, Premier League was obviously a step too far for him, wasn't it? Really. Whether he goes back to the Championship, I don't know. Just excuse me a minute. Yeah, he does. He seems to have an overinflated opinion himself. I agree. Definitely does. It does seem that way. So yeah, I don't know. He's had a bit of time out now, hasn't he? I don't think. Yeah, maybe the Championship side will come in for him. Obviously, he did get promotion. He has got a promotion on his CV now. So yeah, they did seem to like playing for him. Yeah, they did. They did. Yeah, it was interesting how Southampton eventually got up, because they did do a little bit. They go through a little bit of a rocky form, didn't they? Really, and obviously ended up in the playoffs, and then yeah, obviously playoffs is anybody's, isn't it? Really, in the end. Yeah, I'm not 100% sold on him at all. I mean, my thoughts on him, Michael. He wasn't yet backed by Norwich financially in the Premier League. He signed a 33-year deal. After one season, he was sacked. Exactly. So, yeah, for me, Farke's almost become a parody of himself. He's just, yeah, I never have rated him really, to be honest. Championship, yes, but he should have got us promoted last season. Really, we shouldn't have been in the playoff final. Really, we should have already been promoted at that point with the squad he had. I know it's not ultimately on to him playing, the games, but the quality that he had all falls on how good the manager is, and ultimately, we fell short, and it just wasn't good enough at the end. Um, yeah, of course, Nick Nack, if we do go up, we do have to stick with him. We have to give him an opportunity in the Premier League. But I would probably say he'd be sacked by Christmas if we do go up in the end. And yeah, I think that's, even if he's backed. But then again, you just never know. He's backed. He gets the right players in. The players seem to like Martin. They seem to enjoy playing for Farke. So if he gets it, it's 2-1. Right at the start of the second half, Ben Davis, corner kick swung in from Thomas on on the left-hand side. Ben Davies has got up and headed it in. 2-1. There you go. Torber Thomas and Ben Davies celebrate again. The goalkeeper, a bit of angst on his face. Maybe he says he could have done a little bit better. Great way to start the second half. Nick Knight, yeah. Bosch, yeah, of course. Lovely corner kick from Torber Thomas right to the back stick. The goalkeeper's completely misjudged it, and it's gone over his head. And Ben Davies has an open goal to bounce his header in. And there you go. Yeah, goalkeeper completely underneath it. Ben Davies at the back stick. Beats his man. Heads in the goal. Yeah, really good way to start the second half. Really good corner it was. The goalkeeper, though, completely misjudged it. Completely misjudged it. Torber Thomas, Ben Davies both celebrate together. Torber Thomas points at Ben Davies, says he's the man. He got it in. We're consistently linked with Ben Davies. I won't be surprised in the end to see him if we get promoted to see him in a Leeds shirt next season. Given the Welsh connection with Leeds at this current time, Wales now have it back on the right hand side with Dan James. We've seen this so many times for Leeds United, but he gets cut out by the Kazakhstan defence. The man there on the ground was the Ailing flop, and he gets a free kick from the Kazakhstan left back. It's Connor Roberts, Connor Roberts. Heavily involved in some contentious decisions here. It's already going down there. Really soft free kick, that. Yeah, Davis, it would be a good sign. He's consistently linked with Leeds. I never know how these rumours are, how concrete they are, but there's obviously something there because it keeps cropping up that we're interested in him every single transfer window for the last two or three. Well, it's the last two or three that I can remember we've been linked with him. Even in the Championship when he's not been playing for Spurs, we know, Premier League players come down, from the Championship if you're playing for the likes of Leeds United. I like what Bournemouth did once Gary O'Neill kept them up. The season Leeds were relegated. They gave O'Neill his P45 and recruited Areola. Exactly. They knew what they were doing. It was no sentiment in it. Yeah, thank you for keeping us up, but we need better quality. And look where they are now. Absolutely smashing it, Bournemouth. They look like they've got the recruitment completely right. Obviously, that time that Marsh left, we're in a complete mess. They waited far too long to recruit, and hung the hat on Areola, on Mr. Arne Slot, which he was completely not interested at all. It did take a little bit of time to get the points on the board, but I think once it flows, it starts to flow. And I always look at teams like Bournemouth and Brighton, and you think, why can't that be Leeds United? You know what I mean? Why can't that be Leeds United? It's never Leeds, is it? We always seem to mess it up somehow and get relegated or butch up promotion, and it just seems to go so right for the likes of Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford now. Yeah, they've just got it all the way through the club. They've got the right the right blueprint, the right DNA, and that's where it's going for them at the moment. I think O'Neill would be a decent appointment. Exactly. Look at them now, Nick Knight. Look at what they're doing now. Hope they can keep him for another season. I don't think they will. I think the Bournemouth team will get picked apart in the summertime, including the manager. They've got some real talented players there, but then again, they'll probably still find a way. Like I said, it's like Brighton, it's like Brentford. They'll find a way to replace these players and not lose their standing in the league. Still be a quality team in that division. Conveyor belt of players, but they keep the standard pretty much the same or even better, which is very commendable, very commendable indeed for the way that these clubs are being run. So like I said, it's never Leeds United, but fair play to Bournemouth, Brighton and co. They're doing it right. We say Michael, had O'Neill stayed at Wolves, they would have been in big trouble, as not all was well with him behind the scenes. Yeah, I think there was one or two issues, wasn't there? But he's not a bad coach, I don't think, and I think somebody will get him, and he might do quite well there. Um, yeah, exactly. Of course, it does. Where the finish, what their fate will be. I mean, they might get European football, and he might stick on. But is yeah, definitely a really astute managerial signing, wasn't he? Top five looks a stretch right now, but could happen. It could happen. I probably won't, but even still, top 10 from where they were is pretty good, isn't it? To be fair. Um, Bournemouth have new American ownership, a top manager sold. Well, Solanke going to Spurs at 60 mil and recruiting well to taking Leeds players. Yeah, exactly. They recruited well in the end. I think we're all laughing at them, weren't we? In a sense, Leeds fans saying, "Oh, they're injury prone." Like sort of Sinisterra and Adams. But look, Sinisterra he's still injured now, isn't he? Looking a little bit like a sick note player, but he was at Leeds as well, wasn't he, for the season he was with us? Didn't complete all the games, did he? Whereas Adams now is looking like a real good buy, isn't he? Really settled into the team now, doing incredibly well, to be fair. So, yeah, I mean, it's a model that we as promotion hopefuls, as a team potentially coming into the Premier League, we need to look at. And like we said already tonight, recruitment needs to be a hell of a lot better. A hell of a lot better. As we look at the game here now, Wales just playing it in the middle of the park down on the right-hand side. A little bit slow. Obviously, they're taking the lead. They're not real any pressure to force this game now. Kazakhstan will naturally start to drop. They've obviously come out and played. It's a big game for them. As any of the British teams or any of the higher end teams are for these smaller nations. No disrespect to them, of course. Wales are playing it out on the right hand side. Dan James has it now, just playing it about. Yeah, exactly. Even Fulham, like you said, they're doing a really good job. Marco Silva, they've stuck with him, and it's coming. It's paying fruit now. They're doing pretty well, aren't they? So, I like to think Areola did get Bournemouth into the UCL. Yeah, maybe, maybe, but I think bigger things are going to come calling for him pretty soon. Um, yeah, Areola is that the West Ham goalkeeper. Yeah, Areola. Yeah, I don't know, mate. To be fair, I know Areola. Yeah, the goalkeeper, West Ham. Dan James on the search for a third here, but it's always a bit of a high boot maybe from Dan there, possibly. My mate Dan had a picture with him on the game I went to recently at Leeds. Yeah, they're playing it down the right side again with Dan James very heavily involved. Oh, it's a nice little turn, but he just couldn't get it. And Kazakhstan clear. Rodon has it, passed back to the defence again. Ben Davis, a goal scorer of his second goal. Rodon has it down the right hand side to Dan James, running at the defender now. Crossing, keeper's got it. We see it so many times for Leeds, DJ in those positions, standing up and run. Eventually, something usually does come for it from Leeds' point of view. Bournemouth and Fulham were yo-yo clubs with Scott Parker, but now they have top foreign managers. Exactly, coaches. Yeah, exactly. And that begs a question, obviously, if you look at the makeup of the managers in the Premier League, I think can't be many English managers. Is there only Eddie Howe? There can't be many more. Graham Potter. There might be only two or three. Kazakhstan have a shot well over the bar. Yeah, can only be a couple. It can only be a couple. It was only 3 years ago Fulham and Bournemouth got promoted, exactly. And look where they are now, and obviously Southampton, your team, didn't that? You got promoted last season. Looks like you're obviously on the way down. Leeds got promoted. We only stayed 2 seasons in. Hopefully, we can get back there now. But it's going to be a hell of a stretch to breach them teams now because they've got even better now. Forest as well, like you said. It's actually amazing how fortunes can change. With a well-run structure, and it's just work. People laughed at Forest bringing in all them players, but they seem to have settled a bit now, and it's working for them. Wales now having a shot. Oh, it's well wide, I think. Cullen, is he the Swansea City man? Yeah, it was well played. That actually down on the in the little D area on the penalty box, but he rolled onto it, put it over the bar. But Brooks is playing pretty well actually now. Start the second half well of Wales, bit more intensity to them actually, which is good to see. Craig will be happy, won't he? Look, ball's booted long up into the air, headed down by the Kazakhstan player on the left hand side, but Wales deal with it. No, it's a free kick to Wales just in front of halfway. Sheehan giving it away. I'm not sure he's a lad with a tattoo kiss on his neck. Brought down by Sheehan there. Free kick to Kazakhstan. Oh, they've already taken it. They switched it to the right hand side. Playing it around down this right hand side to the touchline. He's done well. Oh, potentially into the penalty box. It's a corner kick. Well played by Nico Williams. Or is it Belgium? Yeah. Belgium, I think, have had their kind of era now, haven't they? A little bit. They're on the way. They're on the way down a little bit now. A good tackle by Nico Williams, that, to be fair. Player just about sneaked past him, but he got back and put it out for a corner. They're about to take it. The man with his right arm in his air, in the air, swings it in, headed away by Wales. Kazakhstan get back to it. Can the DJ's on the run, is he? No, he's just tackled, unfortunately. Yeah, they lost 3-1 to Ukraine, did they really? Gosh. Flipping it, that's a bad result, isn't it? Like I said, I think they've had the time now. I think they're on the way down. Kazakhstan on the attack. Can he pick out the right pass down the left-hand side? On the edge of the penalty box. He's had a shot, bobbled, and Darlow has collected it. Yeah, not good enough that really. They had to be quicker there. Picked the wrong pass, slowed it all down. And in the end, it was easy enough for Darlow. Took a deflection, but it was going wide anyway. Save the corner there, did Carl. Was watching Bielsa last night on the touchline at his Uruguay sitting on his bucket as they lost a World Cup qualifier at home to Argentina. He still has that drive, still could do a job for them. Yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts, Michael, on Bielsa? Obviously everybody loved him at the time. Me, I was a big advocate for him going at the time because the results had just completely nosedived. But you look back at it now and you think, wow, that was such a good time. Such a good time to be a Leeds United fan. It just brought everything back, didn't he? But yeah, he's obviously still got the drive to do it. Obviously, his native Argentina. Obviously, his former employees as well, Argentina. I wonder a penny for his thoughts at the end of that game. But yeah, he's obviously got the vigour still. He just loves it, doesn't he? He absolutely loves it. And I always do look out for how Uruguay are doing. Just for that connection. I think everybody who lived that era will consistently be, consistently talking about Marcelo Bielsa, won't we? Will we on this week previewing the Swansea match? I think so. I think we'll be doing a show on Thursday, like I said, Michael. So, keep tuned for that. Like you say, you get notifications and things. So, keep an eye on them. And it should be Thursday, I would have said. The game's on Saturday, so it'd have happened a week today, won't it? So, yeah, is it a 3 o'clock kickoff? I think it's a 3 o'clock kickoff, isn't it? I think we underestimate how tough it is competing the PL and managers get unfairly let go. Yeah, I think it is. I think they've completely changed now the knick-knack. It's a real competitive division now. There is the gap between the top 4 or 5 teams has got closer. That is definitely for sure. Points and Chalice, yeah, definitely. Yeah, of course, every promoted team is odds on to go down. They definitely are. It's easy money, isn't it? Really, I suppose for the bookies and that. Mr. Harris, the guy from Oxford, he's come on for Brennan Johnson. Brennan Johnson hasn't really done a great deal in this game. But yeah, of course it is. Like I said a few times already here tonight, the journey is often better than the destination itself. You naturally want your team to win games of football. If you win enough games of football, guess what? You're going to get promoted. But it's obviously not always the best thing, is it? As we discuss here, it's not always the best thing. So yeah. But yeah, always odds on to go down, aren't they? But on the game here, they're just playing it around Wales at the back, down the left-hand side, just into the Kazakhstan half. Nico Williams on the ball, the left back. Just playing it around now. Nico Williams has it again. Stops on the ball. Passes into Ben Davis. He passes to our mate Joe. Bielsa, the best Leeds United had for a very long time. What achieved with this team on a low budget was remarkable. More so when you see the financial backing, exactly. And a lot of fans, they can't help but compare Bielsa and Mr. Fark, can they? And if Bielsa had this team, we'd have been well ahead. Who knows if that would be true or not? We will never know. But the likelihood is we probably would have done. Was a very, very short budget that he was working on when he was at Leeds, and he wasn't backed really by the management, higher up. Really, was he really properly when he should have been in that second season when we finished 9th? Going into that summer, if you look at it, all we bought in was Junior Firpo. We needed a lot more than that. I think the ownership were a bit cocky. And they thought, we don't need a great deal more than that. And guess what? The Premier League has improved tenfold since that season as well. So, yeah, it's it's incredible how difficult it will be next season should we go up. Yeah, of course, a number of managers that Side Bielsa was a huge influence on them. Pep, Poch, Simeone. Yeah, I mean the list goes on, doesn't it? Exactly, just to name three. Yeah, the list goes on. There's loads of loads of teams, managers, loads of managers that would cite Bielsa as being an influence on them. Now they've just had a shot Wales on goal, looking like a handball, possibly. Bellamy's asking for it's not going to be. Joe Rodon's striding through the defence as he likes to do. Sprayed the ball out to the right-hand side. Into DJ now in the middle of the pitch. Takes on a couple of Kazakhstan players. Nearly into the box. Is he going to get there? No, he's not. It's crowded out. Kazakhstan have it back on the left-hand side of their defence. Fella's done well to get away from DJ. And then play the ball in. They haven't really got enough when they get the ball, Kazakhstan. Running out of ideas quickly. And now Wales have it in the middle, sprayed it out to Mr. Sorba Thomas, who's running at the defence now. Into the middle. Conor Roberts. Is it Conor Roberts? No, Conor Roberts now. Rodon now on it. Cleared, not cleared enough. Nico Williams in the box. Oh, he shot the ball there. Keeper saved it, but the referee's already blown up for a free kick, a foul on James, isn't it? In the middle there. He's playing in France, isn't he now? Played for Birmingham was it last season? Yeah. I don't think he started the game, did he? Kazakhstan are pretty poor, remind me of watching Southampton. Yeah, not a great, a little bit of energy, nice little bits of passage of play occasionally, but they haven't got a great deal up front at all, have they really? They're, running out of ideas very, very quickly. Bielsa transformed teams like Bilbao and Uruguay. He is highly thought of by top coaches like Pep, Poch and Simeone. Even Pep said Bielsa Bilbao team was the best prepared team he came across in Spain. Yeah, of course. It would be. He just loves it, doesn't he, Michael? He loves preparing the team, sending the team out, everything to do with it. It's articulate. And we saw that in tenfold, and up close with being Leeds United fans. And it was a magic time. And I hope we can have that time again, in our lifetimes. But who knows, because it was the first I'd experienced of it in my lifetime as a Leeds United fan. So, it was magic, So the nurse scored again there, Wales. Bobbler of a shot that from Nico Williams. All came initially from his free kick, which was saved by the goalkeeper. It was a bit of pinball in the box. And then it was a shot eventually that bobbled wide. That was Sheehan with a shot, took a deflection and went wide off the defender. Who does Sheehan play for? Is it Luton? Was he playing at Luton? No, it can't be. Not last season, was it? I'm not sure. Corner kick comes in. I think James has missed it. He's still got it though. He's done well. Oh, just couldn't get. Just lost his footing. Kazakhstan play it down the right side, but it goes out for a Welsh throw-in. Yeah, he's looking bright. Is James JJ? Be able to transform likes of players like KP and Bamford and Nunes at Uruguay. Yeah, Nunes, Darwin Nunes, although he's not good at club level, really, is he? I think he will probably be moved on, possibly by Liverpool in the summer. He's definitely got some sort of confidence from Bielsa, hasn't he? But like the transformation in Calvin Phillips and Mr. Patrick Bamford was absolutely incredible, to be quite fair. I mean, Bamford wouldn't have been anywhere near the England international squad if it wasn't for Bielsa, obviously. The confidence he gave him in that season where he scored 17 goals was in the Premier League was quite something. Only Harry Kane was the only English striker to score more than him in that Premier League season. So he deserved it. And it was, obviously I'm sure he was very thankful to Bielsa in the end. I always thought Poch was good at turning average players into great ones. Exactly. Poch was great. He was good at Southampton when he was there, wasn't he, as well? That kind of kicked it off for him a little bit. I know, was it Espanyol he was at before that? But yeah, I mean, he made his name for himself at Southampton, really, didn't he? A lot of people ears perked up when he Southampton had a really good team, around that time, didn't they? It was an amazing sort of drop off of what they've had, but that's what happens with football, isn't it? Goes in and out, ups and downs and all sorts, but you keep hoping that for your team, the good will come. Wales are into the box here, played it well. No, goal referee, they want a penalty. Referee said keeper got defender got the ball. Yeah, it was Cullen, I think, was it, that was bundled over. I'm not sure he got the ball, to be fair, but there you go. I think that's the lad that scored the penalty, wasn't it? I don't know. I think it might have been. Wales have it back. Cullen's going back towards his own goal, plays it back. And now Wales just slowly moving forward into the last 20 minutes here now. Just ambling over the halfway line. It's talking is just me and Aaron now. Jerry does the match reactions. I don't know if you catch that, Michael. Aaron is on with Aaron. Sometimes it's live, but more often than not, it's pre-recorded. So it'll come out like more often than not the day after the game. They'll do a match reaction. They're just the two of them, about 20 minutes, half an hour, just to chat about the game and their thoughts on it. He does that, does Jerry, with Aaron. Big Lou. No, Big Lou hasn't been on our show just yet. No. Lou is on some other ones, I think, as well. We still, all of us still chat. The LS11 guys. We've got a group, like a WhatsApp group that we talk in. But yeah, it's not as active as it was. During the times where LS11 was going well, and there was obviously in the Premier League days, there was a clamour of us all trying to get on at certain times, every week. So yeah, it diminished a little bit as the team started to decrease and get worse, and obviously relegation. I think promotion. Me and Aaron talk about it. Obviously, promotion would help this. Help our new, would help our new venture. Talking Leeds, it would help it a lot. It would help everybody out a lot. It would help me on the Bearded Peacock a lot, really, as well. To be quite frank, also, promotion means higher, more audience, doesn't it? Really, more people involved, more people interested. So naturally, things would get more view time and everything like that. Yeah, I see Big Lou. That's what I mean. Ought to know better. He knows those lads. I think so. He goes on there occasionally, and yeah, like I said, I mean, he'd be very much welcome on Talking Leeds if he wanted to, if he wanted to come on, but he's not expressed that to us just now. So whether he does, I don't know, but he's very welcome to come on. He always talks a lot of sense, and yeah, he knows what he's talking about. So yeah, hopefully in the future, maybe if he wants to come on, like I said, he's very welcome to come on there. He's very welcome to come on here if he wants to. All the boys know I have this one myself, and they're all welcome on there as well if they want to. But we'll see what happens in the future, Michael. But yeah, I have seen him a bit on Auto Knows Better as well, and they're good guys there as well on that one. It's a good show that as well. Yeah, what they could do with killing this game off, Nick Nack. I think they're yeah, Kazakhstan. The more it goes on at 2-1, they're going to get a little bit more confidence out, even though they are looking a bit spent now with like just over 15 minutes to go. Goalkeeper plays it along the right hand side. It's headed on by Rodon. Wales have it back now in the Kazakhstan half. Down the right to Dan James. James low cross in, cut out by the Kazakhstan defence. And now they're trying to get out, play the ball up to the halfway line, but it's poor. Roland can easily collect. Easy collects. Ball with Sheehan now. JJ in the middle. Back to Rodon, takes his time on the ball, passes to Sheehan again. Out to the left-hand side to Nico Williams. Playing around the back now, Joe Rodon has it. Down the right-hand side. Back to our pal Joe, into Ben Davis. JJ now in the middle, does a nice little shimmy. Gets through, the ball's played through. The goalkeeper comes out and smothers it. He has it in his hands now. Cullen just couldn't get the ball right. But yeah, JJ looks kind of busy in the middle of the park here. Now, that time in France, we're doing very well. I don't think Rennes are having a good season, but it'll help his improvement as a player, definitely. So we're in now into the final 15 minutes here. Kazakhstan have the ball around the halfway line, just playing it back in the defence. Well, great to see your podcast grow and watch along will help it grow even more as you interact with the viewers in real time. What other ideas do you have to grow your podcast going forward? I'll have to have a think about it over the summer, Michael, but definitely watch alongs. I think where I can, it'll help. I mean, there's 4 people watching here now. If you are, I know yourself, Michael, and Nick Nack are interacting with me quite heavily here, which is great. If you are the other 2 people and you do want to make yourself known, then yeah, you're very much welcome to join in with the comments here now. And it'd be great to chat with you guys also. But yeah, it will. Hopefully, that's the thing. That's the thing I aim to do. Just to grow it a little bit more. 5 people now, so everybody's welcome. I mean, this was done on a little bit of a whim, to be fair. But if I plan it out and I put social media posts out and stuff, things like that, maybe just a little something like that. Scheduling videos instead and doing more interacting with opposition fans and things like this. I think fan views, this opposition fan views for games, all that kind of thing. If I'm going to a game, which is very rare nowadays, try and get some coverage of the match there beforehand, get a bit of the atmosphere, chat to people on camera, getting their thoughts on it. This sort of thing, it's a big thing. Is sort of football vlogging and all this kind of stuff. And I've done it now for 5 years. I'm a bit limited in what I can do really, but I try and do what I can. And yeah, it's good that the audience has built up. It doesn't seem to go much further than it is now, but one day maybe it will. I just need to push that bit harder for it, I think, as well. And I'll be back with a preview in the week of the Swansea game, and do me sort of 10-15 minute previews, reviews. But I might even go to like a live. Might even change the format into doing like once a week a live show, a bit like what me and Aaron do with Talking Leeds. Like a live show instead of pre-recorded 10-15 minute shows, maybe like an hour long live show, getting interacting with people, asking their thoughts, giving you guys my thoughts on the situation with Leeds, the games, previewing ones, reviewing ones. So that's kind of where I'm wanting to go, the live sort of element of it. So five people watching. Pele, yeah. I think Richard's the other one, isn't he, here? Michael Israel now leading 2-1. Solomon providing a great diagonal assist to pass the goal. Oh, fair enough. So he's got an assist. That's good. Yeah, hi, Richard. Hi, mate. How you doing? All good. Like I said to the guys, I'm showing the Welsh game, just as from a Leeds United perspective, 3 of our lads, 3 of our lads involved in the game. Obviously, Michael's been keeping us updated with the Israeli game as well. They've now overturned a 1-0 deficit against Estonia. Solomon, by the sound of it, has got himself an assist. So that's good. Hope you're good, Richard. This evening, what are you up to? Obviously, watching me there, but what else are you up to? I mean, that's way off, Michael. Really, that would be a long way off. I mean, I'm currently on 849 subscribers, I think. The views aren't too great on it, and it's all about views. It's not about subscribers. I think it's initially about subscribers. The 1,000 is the mark that I really want to get to, because that means that I think like so YouTube will start to acknowledge you as like a creator. But it's all about the views. I think that's where the money potentially is. And if I could go full time, I mean, I'd love to go full time. absolutely, but it's a long, long way off. Um, it's a long, long way off, really, is that. Uh, One thing I was going to do also in sort of in the future, maybe next season, is do like a question and answer with myself um, as well. You know, I've seen it done before. People asking questions to the person has the channel about anything really. You know, I think I've been on here for 5 years, and yeah, we talk about Leeds United and stuff like that, and odd bits and pieces. Um, you know, odd bits and pieces about whatever. But yeah, I think getting to know myself a little bit more, so it's a little bit more of a community feel, a little bit more of a you guys know me kind of feel. I think that's something that I'm going to try and implicate into next season as well. Just so that yeah, people can kind of get to know my kind of me a little bit more, sort of outside of talking about Leeds United. So I think that's something that I'm going to try and get involved with as well. Next season. You say, Michael, any news on Nonto injury as he went off? I don't know, mate. It's some kind of ankle injury apparently. Italian FA haven't really said. Just got to go back and get him back and let it settle down and see what happens. But not ideal. Hopefully he'll be ready, fit and well for next Saturday's game against Swansea. Always comfortable at Ellen Road. I never feel that much pressure when we're playing at Ellen Road. Oh, you're still at work, Rich. Oh, no bother. All right. I'm at work till 7 in the morning. What are you doing for work, Richard, there? 7 in the morning on a Saturday night shift. Yeah, that's no good, mate. That's no good. But, do you enjoy it? Do you enjoy doing the night shifts? More live interaction is always good with your viewers, always helps. The podcast grows. Yeah, it was other podcasters. What exactly? Podcasters what you can get people involved. Like I've never got other than Aaron himself, and even on this channel actually, no, I haven't because we've always done it on either Talking Leeds or LS11. I've never actually got another Leeds United podcast creator, content creator. I've never ever got them on the channel. I've got other of opposition um, content creators on the channel, and they always do kind of well, and you always do pick up one or two subscribers and stuff, and a little bit, few more views from having them on because they will promote it on their channels as well. So you always get a little bit more interaction. That's always really good. So I would love to really have one of them for every single game next season. I think that would be absolutely fantastic. To have every game we're playing, an opposition fan come on and speak about the game, and then other things surrounding it. Also, I like that idea of potentially going to the place and um, seeing it if we're playing an away game. Do a little kind of travel pack on this team, but me in that particular place. But that's very, very difficult for me to do because I don't have a great deal of spare time, and obviously you need a lot of funds to do that. So you know what I mean. It's well into the future, is that really? But as it is, I do want to take the next step of it just being like a kind of predominantly sort of 10-15 minute thing about the games, which is what it's slipped into over the last sort of 5-6 months. Just me doing maybe 2 or maybe 3 videos a week of just like previewing the matches, reviewing the matches. I want it to be more than that, really. And so I'm trying to think of ideas, but I do think interactions, live interactions with people is definitely the way to go and grow it even more. Oh, on 4 on, 4 off, 12 hours. Whoa, suits me. Oh, that's fair enough. It's for Green Core, the people that make sandwiches for all the supermarkets. All right, okay. Okay, where's that based then, Richard? Because is that just like manning the just like manning the place then? Right, I see. Fantastic, yeah. 4 on, 4 off. So you do 12-hour night shifts and then you have 4 days off. That's not too bad, is it? That's not too bad. You know, working in the night always seems to have a little bit of an appeal to me, but um, uh, I've never had an opportunity to do that. But I think it does have this kind of, I don't know, sort of magic feel to me in a way. But let's hope the Welsh lads come back to fit and healthy. Dan James has gone off actually. Michael, he's gone off a few minutes ago, so that was good really. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he looked knackered as he came off. Um, yeah, let's hope they don't overuse. I don't know when they play again. It might be Tuesday, maybe. I imagine it's probably an away game as well, but hopefully they don't get. I mean, Rodon's a little bit of a battering ram, and he just keeps going. Oh, you're based at work, so all right, okay, fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, Rodon, he just seems to keep going. He just seems to keep going. He's a bit of a battering ram, but yeah, I imagine security is quite a good job actually, Richard. That's a good one, mate. That's a good one. 12-hour shifts. So you started at 7 then. Yeah, fair enough. The game's just ticking down the last couple of minutes now. Still 2-1 to Wales. Obviously, Dan James has gone off, but Rodon and Darlow are still on. Looking like obviously they're going to catch the whole 90 minutes. Ref's blown up for something there. He's given a goal kick. So I've been on for nearly 2 hours here. 5 people watching. Thank you very much for joining me. I wasn't. I don't know if I was planning to do the whole game, but it's turned out that way. So when the final whistle hits, I will be saying my goodbyes on this stream. But thank you for joining me, all the 5 people that have and interacted here with me. It's been good. It's been great, and that's what you want. You want people interacting with you, because if it's just me sat here with nobody watching, talking to myself, it's a because it can be a long 90 minutes, but that's not been the case tonight. So that's been really good. I've enjoyed myself, and yeah. And Michael says, won't mind Ben Davis at Leeds. If we go up, he has a good partnership with Roden at the back. Yeah, exactly. It's all about building that as well. Oh, they're in for a third here. Yeah, they've got it. Wales 3-1. Is it Matondo? It is Matondo. Again, another man we were linked with fairly recently. I don't know who he's playing with now, actually. But it's a nice little goal, that. He goes over to Sheehan and Thomas as well. Big hug for him. Did Thomas get the assist potentially? Working in the gatehouse, booking transport in and out in the reception during admin tasks and watching. Yeah, fair enough. Well, I hope it's been I hope it's been a worthwhile experience, mate, watching me while you're working. But so yeah, it was Sorba Thomas. Another assist for him. Did well down the right into the penalty box. Matondo just finished it off. Was free as a bird, to be fair, in the middle of the box. Just passed it into the goal. Yeah, thank you, Michael. Thank you for joining me, mate. You've been on here pretty much the whole time, so that's been fair play to you as well. And thank you very much for joining me. Good positive chat. So we'll look out for more of your content and when you come on live along with. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, if you keep the notification bells on, I'll be, doing a little bit more live probably than definitely than I have been before. So I think it's a good way, like we just discussed there, to interact with people, and get to know people a bit more, and it's good, interact with the listeners and all sorts. So I think that's definitely the way I want to take it. Like I said, instead of doing the sort of pre-recorded videos, because you don't get the same interaction with people, and it's interesting the points that people do bring forward as well. So yeah, we've discussed about it with a lot of things here, and obviously thank you to Nick Nack. I don't know if you're still on, mate, but thank you for joining me as well, because you were here pretty much here for the 2 hours also. So fair play to you as well. But yeah, there's just about 40 seconds left now of this game. Wales now 3-1 up, comfortable. Obviously Matondo got the goal in the final minutes, and yeah, Kazakhstan looked pretty spent. Yeah, all right, mate. Yeah, it's cool. You're still there. So yeah, thank you for joining me, pal. Are you subscribed to my channel? I wonder, how did you find the stream if you're not subscribed? I'm just interested to know how you found it. Not how you found it, as in how the experience was. How did you come across the stream? Yeah, exactly. They got the job done in the end. And that's it. Finished 3-1 3-1. They've won. Wales overcame them in the end. Truth be told, apart from that penalty, Kazakhstan were pretty poor, to be quite fair. Very poor. All right, fair enough. So you were actually actively looking for Wales watch-alongs. Fair enough. Fair enough. Obviously, yeah, I haven't been fully immersed in the game as I might have been, but it's because of the chats we're having. We're having some good chats, and everything. So I hope you got something out of that. Yeah, there weren't many to choose from. Fair enough. Yeah, I wouldn't have said there would be many people covering this game, and like I said, I only was because of the Leeds United connection with the three of our lads playing. Otherwise, I wouldn't have. Otherwise, I wouldn't have bothered. To be fair, but thank you. You've obviously come across my channel, which is great. And even though you're not a supporter of Leeds, like I said, everybody is welcome in is welcome in my channel. As the more the merrier, as they say. Yeah, maybe Pele. I don't know whether that'll happen. That might happen at some point, but I don't think it'll be happening at some point soon. So you might have to wait a bit for that. But yeah, that might get some people involved as well, or other things to do with the beard. I don't know. But yeah, who knows? I mean, that's the whole thing of the channel, the bearded peacock. Peacock's me having this beard, it's it sort of feeds in nicely, but anyway, thank you to the 5 people who have watched this stream, to the people who have been on here for the whole 2 hours or the majority of it. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Well done to Wales for winning the game. Dan, James got the goal, which was great to see as well. And all 3 of our boys come through it unscathed, although Carl Darlow isn't really a starter, is he? But he's still part of the squad, of course. So fair play to him. Unfortunate with the penalty. Take care, Nick Nack, as well. Thank you very much, mate, for your involvement, and it's been good to talk to you as well. Enjoy your evenings, everybody. What's left of it. Enjoy the weekends, and we can relax a little bit, can't we? As well, with no Leeds United screwing it up for a change. I'm only kidding. We're obviously on a good upturn, hopefully, and fingers crossed we can see it out. But I will be doing more watch-alongs, more live interactions as we go in towards the end of the season. So catch me on those. Cheers, Richard. I hope the rest of your shift is all right, mate, and you get to bed when you can, when you get home. Cheers, lads. All the best. See you soon. And marching on together.